A decrease in most crimes, with the number of murders dropping below the 16,000 level. However, most experts commented on the low morale of police staff following the axing of the former Police Commissioner General BHEKI CELE. We're now joined by Johan from the Institute for Security Studies to tell us more. Johan, good morning to you. Welcome to Morning Live on SABC2.
Good morning. Good morning, Voya.
What are your expectations?
Well, you know, Voya, I don't think we expect a big change in the crime statistics for this year. Of course, we don't know what they look like. But looking at other sources of information on crime, such as from the Consumer Goods Council and the Insurance Association and so on, it looks like we may expect some increases in especially business robberies and other crimes relating to business. But in general, I think we expect the crime situation to remain fairly stable. Expectations are that our violent crime may be coming down still more from previous reductions. So overall, I don't think there would be a big change in the crime statistics that will be announced later this morning.
All right. I mean, I understand the point about getting the information from other sources, but I mean, at the heart of it is if the numbers were to go down, then it would mean we're making progress in terms of impacting on the psyche of criminal behavior in the country. Is it your sense that we're not making progress in, at some level, impacting in a positive way on the psyche of criminal behavior? Therefore, the society in which we live being one that discourages people from resorting to crime to address their circumstances, as it were.
Yeah, well, there are so many factors that have an impact on crime, socioeconomic factors mainly. We all know from research that the factors that influence interpersonal crimes are in many ways different from those factors that have an impact or influence violent property crime or property-related crime in general. So there's no single reason or cause for these crimes. It's usually a combination of factors.
Yeah. In other words, though, then we're not making an impact on that combination of factors. We're not getting to a point where that combination of factors is being addressed in our society in such a way that more and more people are discouraged. I mean, I know we've talked about issues like people believe that if they commit crimes, they will be arrested, the legal processes will be followed through, and they will face the full might of the law, and all of those kinds of elements. So as a basket of issues, I'm asking whether we're not making the kind of impact that reduces the levels of crime in our society. Is that your sense?
Yes, I think you're right. You know, I don't think we are making enough of an impact in terms of those factors. There's not enough progress. There's been some progress. I mean, to be fair to everybody, our overall crime rate has been decreasing since 2002-03, that financial year when crime in South Africa was at its peak. So we've had an overall downward trend of more than 25%.
Yeah.
If you look at our murder rate has decreased by something like 54% since 94-95. So there's been some positive trends as far as our crime is concerned. But of course, we need to do much more, not just in terms of the criminal justice process, but also in terms of dealing with those socioeconomic conditions that continue to create conditions for crime.
Yeah, but if we're talking about murder rate of 16,000 people a year, I mean, that's astonishing. Whether it's 50% down or whatever the case is, 16,000 people murdered in any society, that must be shocking.
That is. It's absolutely shocking. I mean, in spite of this huge decrease that we are all grateful for, 50%, 54% is a huge decrease, but that leaves us at a level that's still about 4.5 times the international average. I mean, the international average is 7. And we are at you know, just about 31 per 100,000 of the population.
All right.
And we know that there are many countries with ratios of below 1 and 2 per 100,000. So at about 30 per 100,000, we are still far ahead of most countries.
Okay. Johan Burger, thank you very much for joining us this morning, talking about his expectations of the crime statistics to be released later today by General PHIYEGA, who is the National Police Commissioner.